Looks long enough.
Set that down. Alright, so the next thing we do is we got these little hydrosol packets. Contain these little towelettes that have special goop on them to remove the other special goop that's on the fiber, which is really nasty and sticky and not fun to work with. So we're just gonna wipe this down a few times and get all that stuff off. That little squeaky sound you hear is a good sound. It's telling me I'm getting the bulk of it off of there. And then after I wipe it down with this gel remover swab thingy, I gotta switch over to an alcohol pad, and that's gonna evaporate any remaining crap on it and allow me to split out the individual fibers. Okay, so these are our Alco pads right here. It's just like a moist towelette, only it's soaked in alcohol, so, you know, if I licked it, I'd probably get drunk. Not literally, but probably with alcohol, it'd probably kill me. If you take a close look at this little thing that looks like it could be one cable is actually 12 individually color-coded strands there. And each one of these is about the thickness of a human hair with this color coding on it, which we're actually going to strip off and make it even smaller. But here's one of the fibers, and that's actually I don't know, I guess it's a little bit thinner than dental floss. And we're going to make it about half that size by stripping off that color coating. But that's 250 microns, so when we strip it down, it'll be 125 microns. And then from there, we're going to fusion splice the core of it together. And the core is actually 9 microns. You can't see it with the human eye. So it's a very exact thing. Now, I got to prep the other side of this, so we will be back in just a second when we get all ready to do the fusion splicing. And we're back again. I'm going to give you a quick overview of all the tools and setup that we've done, and then we'll take a short break again, and then I'll get set up and I'll show you what the actual fusion splicing process looks like. So, I'll give you a quick tour here. What we've got is, these are just random cutting tools. We use them for cutting. This is our precision little stripper. It's for stripping off that color coating on these fibers. So that's going to bring them down to half the size they are now. This is actually a precision diamond cleaver, and I'll kind of open it up here. Hang on. And what that, it's got a little diamond edged blade in there. And what that does is when we go to cut the fiber before we splice it, it makes sure that we have a perfect 0 degree cut on it with no nicks or breaks. So it's pretty useful, and it's just a little two-step operation. You close the lid, you press the button, and that's it. Alka wipes, scissors. Now these little tubes that we've got here on the fiber, once we've spliced them together, that will actually those will be pushed over the splice and then shrunk with this little unit right here, and it'll kind of protect where we've spliced it together, add a little extra strength. This is the fusion splicer itself, and this is where all the magic happens in here. The fibers are going to be lined up right there, and then it's going to arc it and melt the glass together. And then as you can kind of see, I've got the fibers kind of broken out here. So you can see all the different colors. And then this is the actual splice tray that we're putting them in, and we've secured it, the tubes in there, and then the fiber will wrap around this little circle here, and then those little things that are going to melt down, those little splice protectors that I show you, will fit in each one of these little little pieces. So I'm going to get a fiber prepped, and then I'll have my camera guy, Mr. Timmy, show you what it looks like. Alright, bye and stuff. Are we recording? Yep. Cool. Hello there. So we've got two of the fibers here, and I've got them clipped into these little holders. It's going to make them easier for me to work with. Get an alcohol pad out here. So the very first thing we're going to do, as I said before, is we're going to strip off that color coating. It's going to let us get down to the glass. So I just got to put it in between these and kind of angle this just a little bit. And it just peels right off there. You can kind of see it on the tool. And I don't know how well this actual fiber is going to show up on the camera, but if it does at all, you'll see, I mean, it's tiny. So, and then what we do is we just slide this little chuck into my cleaver here. We're just going to close the lid, press the button, and that chops it to our preferred length. And from there, we just drop it right into the fusion splicer. And we're going to go ahead and do the same thing with this side now. And then again, put it right in this little machine here, press the button, and again we've got our strip length there with our diamond cleaver. And see, I don't know if you can see how those both line up there, probably not very well. But we're just going to close the lid here, and then if you want to get a view of this screen, you can kind of see the two fibers lining up there, and then we're going to just press go, and it's going to move them close together. That first shock was cleaning them off. Now it's splicing them, and as you can see, and it's now one piece of glass, and it's giving us our splice loss here, which is 0.02 dB, which is really good. We're going to lift this little lid here, close it. It's going to do a tension test. It's going to pull on the glass and make sure that it's not just going to pop apart. Now the final step is for us just to remove it from this. We slide the splice protector over the place where we fuse the glass together. We're going to drop it in this little heater thing here. Close the lid. Press the button, and that'll start cooking that thing down. And then as soon as that's done, it takes about 40-45 seconds. What we'll do is we'll coil up the fiber around this circle and then place that piece right in one of these little slots. And you see we've got 12 of them for each of the 12 fibers that we're splicing together. Now once we've done all 12 fibers, which we're not going to show the whole thing because it's going to take us literally 45 minutes, we're going to wrap up all this orange tubing, and then this tray sits right here in this little tray holder. And we'll do that for both the orange tube and the blue tube. And then we can close this up and we can get rid of all this old fiber. And so yeah, that's fiber splicing 101. I hope you enjoyed the video, Dale. Talk to you later.